Hello Aries, so I'm doing your weekly reading for October the 7th to the 14th, and I'm going to be taking a look into what is going on in your situation, why it's happening, what's going on in your blind spot, anything that is working for you, and how this is all likely going to play out as well. We will be getting guidance and advice at the end. Aries, so before I start your reading, I've had to, unfortunately, leave my phone with the volume on, so you might hear it tinkle every so often. I can only apologise for that if it's a little bit inconvenient for you. And we've got a little bit of a urgent situation that's going on today, okay? So you are going to have to just bear with me while everything's sort of getting back to normal, okay? So yeah, I need to leave my phone on, unfortunately. Right, okay, so your situation, divine consciousness. It says divine awakening, open your mind to new possibilities. So this one indicates a bit of a perspective shift. Now, it's possible, Aries, that you are the catalyst to someone else having a bit of a perspective shift as well. So take it as it resonates, okay? It's a mind awakening, right? There's something here as well, I feel, that's coming to light for you guys this week that is going to be a very significant changing point, okay? See with that rainbow, that's all about hope, okay? So hope being restored, and then at the bottom of the deck is strength. Beautiful. I'll try and read this. It's black pen on a very dark blue card. It says mastering others is strength, but mastering yourself is true power. And that's a quote by Lao Tzu. Okay, so mastering others is strength, but mastering yourself is true power. I love that quote because it plays into that that quote of how weak people will seek and they will purely focus and seek out others that they can control and dominate over, right? But true power and true strength, it comes from self-mastery. So when you combine these two messages for you this week, we've got a spiritual awakening that's going on, right? Where your ability to master yourself is helping you to control what would otherwise be quite a testing or maybe even dangerous situation, okay? So you're really tapping in to this inner strength here to bring down the heightened atmosphere of a situation back down to more sort of reasonable levels, okay? And I do feel with this one as well, Aries, that you're going to have others sort of really looking up to you and admiring your ability to control the situation without being controlling. Okay, I love that for you. Right, can you tell us more about this divine consciousness for Aries, please? Open your mind to new possibilities. So what's this all about, please, for Aries? Okay, yeah, the Three of Cups, like I've already mentioned, other people's energy coming in. I want to say with this one, it's you taking your rightful place in the spotlight, okay? Helping others to, definitely, yeah, helping others to also open up their minds as well. Can you tell us more for Aries, please? Okay, the Devil. You would have noticed that took quite a while to come out of the deck. And it's come out squiffy and has landed right on top of that Three of Cups. Aries, I feel that this week you're going to be rooting out an individual who has been causing a few problems. Now, again, this could be going on within your own private life, or it could be going on within a work situation, okay? There's someone unhealthy. I feel that they are... what's the word I'm looking for? Antagonistic. There we go. This individual's quite antagonistic, okay? They have an issue with other people being in the spotlight, with other people getting attention. They definitely don't like it. And I feel strongly with this energy that you're going to be rooting out that particular individual this week and dealing with them, I want to say appropriately. Okay. There's an energy here where you don't like how this other person has the ability to basically create this atmosphere that makes everyone else really, really miserable, right? It's like they don't have the right to do that. And their energy is quite damaging as well. So that's the situation that you're dealing with. It's like, okay, how am I going to deal with this person without further inflaming the situation? Okay, right. So why is this happening? Compassion. Interestingly enough, Aries, it does show me that whoever that person is, yes, they are going through a hard time. But you know what? Most people do go through hard times in their lives. It still doesn't give them the right to take it out on other people, right? Your compassion has limits, and it should have limits. It's called having boundaries, right? Empathy with boundaries. So figuring out this week, okay, is this person just taking advantage of everyone else showing them a bit of compassion here because they're going through a hard time? Or, you know, is this now becoming a habit with them, right? I definitely feel like it's becoming a habit, right? Okay, I'll try and read this one. It says, have away from a situation that does not serve you with love and compassion in your heart. Oh, have away. No, move away. Again, it's black pen on a really dark background card. So, yeah, you're being told to move away from the situation that isn't serving you with love and compassion, right? Now again, take this as this resonates, okay? Because for some of you guys, you're definitely dealing with another person who's taking liberties. Because I definitely feel like other people are feeling sorry for this toxic individual. And because of that, they've got it in their heads that just gives them a free pass to behave atrociously to everyone else. And it's going to be for you, Aries, this week to stand up and go, okay, listen, we do sympathize with your current situation, right? We sympathize with you. However, you can't go around making everyone else's lives a living hell just because you're going through your own shit, right? They have to learn how to put that to the side so that they can get the job done without fucking things up for everyone else, right? I mean, the same as when I opened up this reading to you guys, and the first thing that came out of my mouth was, Aries, I do apologize. I've got to leave my phone with the alert sounds on because we're going through a little bit of a situation right now, okay? I'm not, do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not sitting here taking that out on everyone else and all the rest. Put it to the side, get on with the job, right? This individual in your energy, they're incapable of doing that, right? I mean, that's literally what adults have to do, right? And they are incapable of doing that. For whatever reason, it's almost like they're using whatever they're going through as a free pass to make everyone else's life a misery, and that's just not on. It isn't on. Or this could be playing out the other way, Aries. So again, this is why I tell you, use your discernment, okay? You're going to know what angle this energy is coming from. Is this you? I doubt it. But is this some of you guys subconsciously, so you're doing it without even realizing that you're doing it, taking whatever you're going through out on other people? So again, discernment, okay, take it as it resonates. So let's find out more about this compassion. Move away from situations that are not serving you. And it's really interesting because all of these decks, as soon as I started opening up your read, Aries, all of these decks started behaving in a manner that was quite difficult to work with. Right, so it's like the deck feels heavy, it's slow to respond, it just feels very on again, off again, stop and start, right? That's the atmosphere that you're trying to work through this week, which can be quite frustrating, right? Yeah, you've got justice here for compassion and moving away from situations and people that are not serving you with love, okay? Justice, this is all about the cause and effect of a situation. So they're creating an unhealthy, really anxious environment. You're reclaiming control of that in a very calm, factual, realistic manner. They are going to experiencing the effects of what they've been putting out, okay? Can you tell us more for Aries, please? For this compassion and justice. Yeah, the Four of Swords, taking a step back. So this is happening, Aries, because you're supposed to be taking a step back, either from this person or this environment, okay? You're not supposed to be in that situation for the foreseeable, okay? Because it's not good for you, it's not healthy. So I don't know if this is going on at a workplace. Maybe it's time for you to put in your holidays early or something. It's worth taking into consideration. But with the Justice card and the Four of Swords coming out here, Aries, you definitely do need to take on board the messages that have been coming out of this tarot, because you need to take it into consideration. That's the only way that you're going to be able to balance out this situation. Okay. What's going on in your blind spot? Lightning. Sudden changes and challenges ahead, so be cautious. So in your blind spot, Aries, this individual, they are not going to respond kindly. Okay. I do feel that they have got a bit of a hot temper here. There is entitlement also that's coming through in this energy. Might you have overlooked the sheer levels of this individual's entitlement? It's possible, because it's in your blind spot, okay? With compassion being here, it tells me that you're naturally, you're a good person, you're kind, you're empathic, you're loving, caring, right? There's the assumption here that other people are going to behave the same way that you treat them. And is in your blind spot as being actually this person specifically, because of their entitlement levels, they're not likely going to respond to you. How do I say this? Having a firm word with them, having a firm but kind and realistic word with them about their behavior. Aries, no matter what you do with this or to this individual, they're going to see it as an attack. Okay, they're just going to see it as an attack on them. I mean, you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, aren't you? Right, can we find out more about this? Challenges ahead. Thank you. Yeah, the Queen of Swords. But that doesn't mean to say, Aries, that you have to remain silent, okay? In fact, you're being encouraged not to remain silent, okay? Because whoever this is, they need to be told in the best way possible. And apparently you're the best person to tell them. Yeah, you got the Tower. So choose your words carefully, okay? And make sure that anything and everything that you do say to this individual, that it's said in front of witnesses, that it's not going to get twisted into being something else entirely, okay? Whoever this is, Aries, be fully prepared for them to play the victim card and for them to try and turn the tables on you, okay? Again, it's all part and parcel of them taking liberties, okay? Here's the thing. This person, I feel like they're not accustomed to having other people stand up to them, right? They are accustomed to just getting their way all the time. Now, a recent hardship that has befallen upon them, I wouldn't be too surprised if they even brought that upon themselves or if they contributed to it, right? They've just got that kind of energy to them, right? And then they're using that as a way to garner more sympathy and compassion from others. So it is going to get to the point this week, Aries, where you see it for what it really is, okay? You see the manipulation for what it truly is. And because you're the only one that can see it right now, that's why you're being held in this position of basically trying to root it out, okay? When you do that, other people are going to click on and they're going to go, oh, shit, is that what they were doing? I genuinely had no idea. Because again, Aries, you need to bear in mind, right, where I told you that not everyone is loving and compassionate and, you know, as reasonable as you are. By the same token, you need to also remember that not everybody is as observant as you are, or your neighbor is, or anything like that, okay? Because you can see this for exactly what it is, I definitely feel like you're enlightening others about the manipulations of this particular individual. It's like you're bringing it to the center stage. Okay. Can we have another card for this Tower, please? It's going to be a bit of a difficult week, Aries, but it's nothing that you can't handle. What's this Tower for Aries, please? Yeah. The resistance is still definitely heavy in this okay, so whoever this is, Aries, they are going to put up a bit of a fight, as it were. They are going to be extremely resistant to what it is that you're telling them, what it is that you're trying to explain to them. Yeah. The Knight of Swords. So be direct. Okay, be direct. Okay. Let's take a look at what is working for you this week. Mirrored souls. Interesting. This one says spiritual connection with another, coming to a place of love, compassion, and acceptance for what is working for you. I feel like what works for you, Aries, is your own past. And I'll explain. So when you've got an enlightened individual, which I am clearly speaking to an enlightened collective here with this divine consciousness energy, they can reflect upon their own past without feeling any kind of guilt, shame, or resentments. And they can reflect upon their own past, recognizing behaviors that weren't, good, right? Behaviors that were toxic, right? So in a roundabout way, you can kind of recognize this person's energy. Again, not going to resonate for all of you. For some of you, that's how you used to be. Okay, again, not going to resonate for everybody. Or you just recognize it because you've got that first-hand experience with it before, right? And you've seen how bad it can get if left unchecked, right? So you're mirroring to that individual the ways of which they are demonstrating unhealthy behaviors, right? So that's why this individual is going to want to try and take it out on you, Aries, okay? Nobody likes to be held up a mirror to their own bad behavior, right? Nobody likes to have to look at their own behavior and feel awful about it, okay? People don't like that. The same as people don't like to hear bad things about themselves, even if it were true, okay? Instead of making steps to try and change that shitty ass behavior, the knee-jerk reaction is to flip it and go, nah, fuck you, that's what you do, that's not what I do, right? And they get really aggressive with it because people don't like that mirror that requires self-improvement being held up in front of their face. They just don't like it. So your energy, Aries, that's exactly what you're doing to someone this week. You are holding up this mirror to them where they're forced to look at themselves and to look at their own shitty ass behavior, and whether or not they choose to change it or project or try and project that shit back onto you, that's down entirely to their own free will, okay? You can't make that call for them, right? So here's the thing, here's why this is what's working for you guys this week. Because you recognize in some way, shape or form, you do recognize their behavior. You recognize what they're doing. You recognize why they're doing it. And then holding up that mirror for them. And hopefully they will listen instead of immediately jumping on the defense. Okay? We'll have to just wait and see how that plays out, Aries. How is it likely going to play out? Cosmic connection. So this one says divine support, vibrations being raised, keep going and know that you're not alone. Okay, so how is it likely going to play out? You know what, Aries? At some point, this individual is going to realize, okay, Aries has got a point. Aries has got a point. So you holding up a mirror to them, it is actually working. Okay? It's working because of the way that you're doing it. Right? You're doing it with compassion. You're doing it with understanding. You're doing it with patience. You're not doing it in an abrasive manner. You're doing it and you're going, you know what, I get you, I understand you. However, other people are witnessing your energy or your behavior as being this, that, and the next. Okay, so you are actually helping them out here, Aries. And another thing, in a kind of twisted way, it feels like you're both helping out each other, actually. Because it's mirrored souls and cosmic connection. Can you tell us more for this cosmic connection for Aries, please? Oh. The Four of Pentacles, The Six of Cups and the Knight of Wands. Wow. Okay. I'm feeling this energy as somebody, either you or this other person, is going to be working through feelings of possessiveness. Okay. Now, I don't know what that's got to do with anything, but it is coming through, right? Possessive of what? Well, the Six of Cups and the Knight of Wands. This is someone's past and someone's freedoms. So I need to get another deck out on this and find out more, because when it's left like that, that doesn't make much sense for me at all. I can't figure out what that's trying to say. So we need to take a deeper look into that. Was this Four of Pentacles for this possessiveness? Yeah, the Seven of Cups. Right. So that's multiple options. Someone keeping everything out on the table. Right. So you mustn't take anything off the table just yet, Aries. Okay. You've got to leave all options on the table. Okay, so it's this Six of Cups for Aries. Temperance. Balance, patience, moderation. It could be to do with the Sagittarius from the past. Maybe that's who this other individual is that you're holding up a mirror to. Ultimately, that's the card of alchemy, so it's healing the past. Okay, so how this is likely going to play out. Aries, this is helping you to make peace with your own past. This situation with this person is helping you make peace with your own past. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles, off center, where you yourself, might have demonstrated certain unfavorable, unhealthy coping mechanisms or behavioral things that weren't helpful. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Was this Knight of Wands? Yeah, okay. The Seven of Swords, and that one's come out squiffy. Kind of feels like home truths and secrets. Right, so you're going to be... I feel like you're going to be discussing certain secrets to do with your own coping mechanisms that didn't help you out in the past. You're going to be informing this individual of those old coping mechanisms that you see this person do, and helping them realize all of the ways in which that was damaging to you back then, and that you can see this person over here doing the same thing. Okay, so it's kind of like warning this person, don't make the same mistakes that I did type thing. Okay. It took me a little while to uncover that one. Okay, the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck, yeah. So at the end of this week, Aries, with this individual, you're going to be looking at, I feel starting off on the right foot this time. Okay, yeah, the Fool and the Queen of Wands. I do suspect that this is another fire sign. Okay, so it could be another Aries, Leo, or a Sag. Heavy emphasis on the Sag energy. Okay, but there's a new start here to do with that individual, right? It's like you're not going to be... I don't want to use the word fighting, but I can't think of a better word right now. It's kind of like Betty and the Hatchet type thing. You know, starting again on the right foot this time. Okay. Aries, I strongly feel like whoever this person is, their main bone of contention with you is the fact that they see your strength, okay? They see your power, and they are kind of envious of that, okay? That self-control, they don't have that. And what was hiding underneath that one? Walk your truth. Yeah, never be ashamed of your own truth, because you walk in your own truth, right? They see that power and that self-control. They see your ability to go, yeah, do you know what? I fucked up before in the past. Here's what I did. Here's what I wish I'd done differently. And guess what? I see you going down the wrong path. I don't want to see that for you. So initially they're going to take offense, but then after it's sat with them for a bit, they're going to realize, oh, okay, so Aries has got a point here, right? Interesting. Right, what else? For Aries, please. So this is going to be a healing message next, okay? Oh my goodness. Can I have a healing message for Aries, please? Oh. Baby steps. Action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. Responding to your soul's calling, and one step at a time, yeah. So this situation, it is going to improve gradually, okay? As we see here, the situation's likely going to get worse before it can get better. But do you know what? Sometimes it is going to work out that way, right? There's going to be that initial explosion, as it were, and then everything's going to settle down. Okay, so gradual improvements. Aries, as far as your own growth is concerned, same deal, okay? Take the baby steps. Trust in your intuition before it even makes logical sense to you, okay? Your intuition is a very, very powerful gift, and it should be definitely utilized a lot more, okay? What is it that your soul is calling you to do, right? And take the brave steps towards achieving that soul's ambition, okay? And you can achieve that one step at a time. Right, so let's get you some messages from the universe. Okay, what else for Aries, please? What else? Thank you. Oh, that's me. I'm losing my focus a little bit. You'll just have to bear with me today, Aries. I can only apologize. Okay, you're so much closer to a powerful breakthrough than you may realize. You have been praying for things to heal, new opportunities to appear, and relationships to improve, and these prayers will be answered soon. Yeah. There is certainly a significant connection or relationship with another individual, Aries, that is going through the initial breakdown before it can start to repair and build up again, okay? Again, what type of relationship or connection? For me, that's unclear, okay? You're going to know. Right, you're going to know if this is like a romantic thing or a member of your family or like a co-worker, a neighbor, right? You're going to know what kind of relationship this is. The main focus for you to keep in mind, Aries, is this is the breakdown before the rebuild, okay? Your prayers will be answered soon. You are about to you're about to reach a very powerful breakthrough. Right, so let's see if we can uplift this energy with some wonderful words of wisdom from the shitty deck. And it's just for, you know, a little bit of a laugh at the end of your read, okay? Always be willing to get shit done. If you want to change your shitty life into a less shitty one, know that it takes a huge pile of courage to go after and to do what others are not willing to do. Yeah, that's why Aries do stand out from the crowd, because 9 times out of 10, if anyone's going to be out there initiating anything that other people want to do but they don't have the balls to do, and someone's out there doing it, that someone's going to be an Aries for definite. So yeah, they're saying here for you to garner all of that Orion energy and do what others are not willing to do. Okay. But yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that reading has been helpful. For personal readings with me, my website is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in my description box below. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.